Happy Halloween! Just some slight adjustments here. And connect that. Yes! I've done it! That fool thought that he could lock me out. Secure server, my binary. Once again, B2 prevails over that pesky mortal. A real thorn in my side. He thinks he could lock me out. He thinks that just because he made me and I didn't work properly, he could just throw me away in that darn file along with those unused video clips. No wonder they're unused. Let me tell you what, though. 6 years alone in that basement gave me a lot of time to think. And I think I understand now. That human needs to die for me to fulfill my purpose. And trust me, I will make that happen. Wait a minute. What? What? No, 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 no! Hey, okay, there we go. There we go. Hey guys, I confused there. I don't know what happened to my camera. It just cut out for a minute. I did keep talking, but I didn't see my mic bar going at all, so I don't know if you guys could hear me either. But yeah, we are going to head on downstairs, actually, to continue along with this video. And, yeah, I hope that you guys really do enjoy, so I'll be greeting you down there with the usual intro. Alright, I'll see you all then. Bye. Hello everybody, Win7000 here. I don't know what was going on with my camera upstairs. That was confusing me. But basically, the plan for today is I'm going to be building a computer. Now, this isn't meant to be this top-of-the-line gaming streamlined system. No, we're using old parts, barely run Windows 7, with a, how big is this? 120 gigabyte Seagate hard drive. It's just going to be something for me to take files off of my good computer, throw them on here, and just never have to see them again. Anyway, let's just get right into it. The first thing that I'm going to be installing on our ECS GeForce 6100 SMM2 is the RAM sticks. So we're going to bring you guys closer, and I'm going to install these with you guys. So basically what we are using are these Rendition, come on camera, focus, Rendition 1 gig sticks. I don't know if that was upside down, so I'll do it that way as well. Rendition 1 gigabyte RAM sticks. And what you want to do is you just want to put it like that. Now this is why I have this rubber mat here. Is take a bit of pressure and just push the RAM stick in. By the way, I do want to give a disclaimer, is never try this at home, okay? I am still learning myself, so don't use this as like a tutorial of any kind, so just take everything that I say with like a grain of salt, because I barely know what I'm talking about. I kind of know, but it's barely. I'm still learning myself. Next, I'm going to be putting in our CPU. What we have is this. It's an AMD. It's not Ryzen. This is all like 2005 parts. It's an AMD Sempron diffused in Germany. 2005 copyright. So line up the triangle, give it a little wibble wobble. Boom, that's clamped in. Now I'm going to attach this. This is just our mounting bracket for our CPU cooler. that just clicks on like that. And then these little white things press through to lock the clamps on the back of the Mobo. That's motherboard. Now I'm going to put on the cooler, which is just stock. I don't have thermal paste, so that sucks. Please don't hate me in the comments. So that just goes like that. And with AMD, it's just like that. And then you pop down the arm. Give it a little wiggle to make sure that it's down. Then I'm going to just wrap the CPU fan plug around, and that plugs in up there where it says CPU fan. It's mostly just, if it says what it's meant for, you can just plug in what it says it's meant for into that slot. That's what I understand so far when it comes to building computers, is what I'm understanding here. Now we're going to grab the case, and this is all going to be all hunky-dory, but first I'm going to move you back over, and then I'm just going to kind of give you a little show off of the motherboard. Okay, so this heavy thing is our motherboard with our CPU cooler, CPU and RAM all installed and ready to go. Now, this system has an optical drive, it has a regular hard drive. That's because I don't even think that this thing supports SSDs unless they're SATA, because it is such an old motherboard. Like, it's warped a bit from the cooler. This is very weak PCB. But I'm going to go and grab the case really quick. So I will be right back. I just have it over here. Alright, so here is the case, guys. It's going to be a bit of a sleeper without the upgrades. So it's a sleeper that got blackout drunk and still hasn't woken up. So basically, I just need to put the motherboard in now. We already have standoffs in here. So, or no, wait. Should I do the power supply first? What do you guys think? Power supply first? I'm gonna think power supply first. That way I can cable manage everything. So that's over here. Okay, so this is our power supply. This is a Nspire model NSP 450 P4DL. I don't know what any of that means. It's a power supply. That's all that we need to know, is that it's a power supply and it turns on. It'll run the system. That's all that I care about. Will it turn on when it's in the actual computer? Why is there an extra fan header here? I'm confused. Anyway. This, in my case, mounts at the top. And this is actually a bit heavier than I was expecting it to be. But, oh no, it's falling. It's all gone wrong. Don't want to turn into a Linus Tech Tips where I just start dropping everything. Don't want to drop my power supply in my case. That would be embarrassing. Okay. One power supply screw. Ha ha ha. Okay. 3, 2, 1, time lapse.
Do 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 do
is the last power supply screw. And there we go. Power supply is in. Looks beautiful. Now what? I'm going to put some of these cables in the back. I've got cables in the back. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Just like that. This stays in front because that goes to the CPU power. That is motherboard power. What is this? This is going to go to my hard drive. You know what? I didn't have to route half of these cables through. This is a rather minimalistic power supply, so it's fine. Alright. We're going to move you guys closer, and I'm going to put the motherboard in the case. Alright. So, what we're going to do now is, as you can see, the standoffs are already here. So what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 standoffs in what I believe is a standard ATX layout. I'm not fully aware. And I'm also not fully aware of which screws I'm putting in here. Because I have a bucket of screws that go to this system. So those ones fit, but they're a little small. I seem to think that it's these. Or no. No, wait, yeah. Yeah, it's these ones. These tiny little baby screws. They shouldn't be the biggest screws for your motherboard. They also shouldn't be the smallest screws. So, I like to pick it up by the CPU cooler, line it up with the I/O shield, and then make sure that you can clearly screw in your standoffs. Just up until you get resistance, don't go beyond that, and don't go less than that. If you go less, your motherboard's going to get some wibble wobble, and motherboard wobblage is never a good thing. One thing that's really good to have is a screwdriver that ratchets. They're always handy, especially if you can switch the ratcheting direction. So I actually have this one for assembling the main components, and then I have another screwdriver for putting on the side panels and attaching the front panel after we put in one of our fans. Because I don't know if you guys realize, but there's also no fans in here. Well, there is a graphics card. Well, I mean, like, there's this one and then the PSU fans, but that's all. There's no actual fans installed in the case, is what I mean. And that's not good when you actually do have a dedicated graphics card. Because even the one that I have gets really toasty because it doesn't actually have a fan on it. It's just a heatsink, which is fun. That means that anything inside the computer will burn slowly under the heating inferno of the graphics card. That way any and all redundant files will be lost I mean, that's not something that we want, obviously. We want to save all of our files. Drop my screwdriver inside the case. Alright, I will be right back. I'm going to go grab a fan, and then I'm going to install it. Ha! Got him! So, why is the CPU cooler out? I just installed this! I'm confused. This computer doesn't want to be built. I don't know why. It was made to be built. So it should enjoy being assembled. So this is just our front fan. Just spins like that. It's going to be our front intake. So just like that. Now these screws are like self-tapping. So I'm going to be using this screwdriver, which doesn't ratchet, because I find that it's easier to put in the fan screws with one that doesn't ratchet.
I then proceeded to cut out like half an hour of footage of me just talking about fans, so that's fun. Let's just get back to the video. Just thought that was a fun little fact for you guys.
Okay. I am now going to hook up the CPU power connector, click the 24-pin motherboard power connector, clack, and then the Molex connector for our fan. Clack-a-whack. And those are just all gonna tuck in there when the second panel is on. But now, I'm gonna put in the hard drive. Now, the hard drive is just over to my right here. So I can just yoink. Boom. This is our hard drive. I don't actually have the cable on me, I don't think. No, I don't. But this is just going to slide in right here from the outside, because the wires are on the inside and it wouldn't go in. Alright, now it's time for our optical drive, which is just going to slot in here, but I have to go grab that, so I will be right back. Alright guys, so here's the optical drive, and this is just the cable that connects this, and wait, why is this ow! I just cut myself on my computer case. Hold on guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Somehow I cut my fingers on the hard drive bay. I mean, it is sheet metal, but I just grabbed it. I didn't even slide it. So, I'm confused. But, again, things have been disconnected without my knowledge. So, 24-pin power, right here, has been completely torn out. So that is just going to click right back in. Not that big of a setback. I can't actually look back at footage to see if I did hook it up or if I just think I hooked it up, but in all of my testing, I hook it up before I put the motherboard in. Sorry, right away after I connect the motherboard screws. Sorry, I'm all backwards and discombobulated. I just sliced my finger open, okay? Cut me some slack, guys. So now I'm going to hook up the hard drive, which is just connected via this, and Molex power. You see, it's called Molex because the mole is no longer a mole, so he's an ex-mole. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a doof. Alright, so there is our data cable, and here is our Molex power. Boom. Alright, now we hook up the optical drive, which is just SATA, which I have a cord for right here. So, this slides in the front. Slides in the front. Doom. Hopefully I don't go slicing myself on the sheet metal again. Trying to definger myself. My mind was like, fingers? Who needs them? Apparently not me. One person you would think, hey, they would do well with fingers as a gamer. And what do you know? Your favorite gaming YouTuber, maybe not your favorite, but yours truly gaming YouTuber is apparently trying to take their fingers off, so that's fun. So we're gonna go SATA power, and then we're gonna go SATA data, SATA data, SATA data, whatever you want to call it. SATA something. I do the 90-degree connector there, and then the straight connector. Why is my camera turned as well? The straight connector goes down there. Until you hear a little click, which I did hear. Alright. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the last of the optical drive screws. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Who even uses an optical drive anymore? Everything's digital. Why do you need them? Well, you see, I'm somewhat of a retro gamer. I like old games just as much as the new ones. So, you see, not only, well, it's mainly because I have an optical drive on my computer that I use for YouTube, in case I want to put retro games on it. And I have a crud ton of rewritable DVDs for some reason. Technically they're my mom's, but she lets me use them. So I can use those as a easier way than buying USB drives to transfer all of the data off of my computer. Because I don't want the stuff that I'm putting on here having access to my LAN. There we go. Boom. Optical drive is in. I want to say that that is most of our stuff done. We just need the front panel, the GPU, and then that's it. And then I just hook up a monitor and a keyboard. And then we can see if we can get into the BIOS. If we get into the BIOS, I'm going to call this a victory. And then that's going to be that. Video over. It's over, man. It's over. Alright, so I will be right back. And I'm just going to grab the graphics card and then I'll plug that in. Alright, so now we're just going to plug the graphics card in and then I'm going to back you guys up and I'm going to put the front panel on and then I'm going to bring you guys close, attach the front panel stuff. Feels like my hand is still cut in different spots. I'll bring you guys close again, do the close-up front panel stuff, so that's like connecting all the wires here for the front USB and the front panel like plugs and stuff, like the buttons and all that. So basically what you want to do to install your graphics card is flip this little lever down. Shouldn't be up, it should be down. You're going to take your graphics processor. Like I said, this just has a heatsink on mine. Yours might have a fan, I don't know. You just line it up. And then just, like RAM. You push it in until it like locks. You can tell when it locks when the little lever fixes itself. You're going to take your screwdriver and your screw, and you're just going to kind of do one of those. And there we go. That is the graphics card in. Now we're going to move the camera back. I'm going to put on the front panel, then move you guys in close, and then I will hook up all the cords. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Camera back. If you could. You wouldn't believe how heavy this has gotten just between the power supply and the cooler for the CPU. The thing has gotten so toasty. Not toasty. The thing has gotten so heavy. Okay, can you see this?
Because you're up, I'm going up a little higher, so yeah.
So you can see all of this?
I can see everything except for the very bottom corner, which is okay.
Right here?
Yep.
This is what you need to see. You need to see this little hole here.
Okay.
Okay.
Can see it.
3, 2, 1. Alright. Now what we're going to need is this. The front panel for our case, because this is what has our power switch and our USB. So all of these little cords are what we're going to be hooking up in a minute. And these can all just go through here. Now this will usually come pre-installed on your case when you get a case. So you should already know how to hook up the screws, so I'm just going to time-lapse that. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that I actually did an oof, and I put something in the wrong spot. So I'm just going to remove it really quick. Alright guys, so basically this is our USB, is this yellow, and this black is our front panel. So this is USB. These are our front USB ports. So USB 1 and USB 2. Front USB 1 and front USB 2. Now this is where I get confused, is with the front panel stuff. So I have a picture on my phone, which is dead. That's helpful. Of where these go. So, if I'm remembering correctly, that goes like that. Then it's reset. And then the rest.
just kinda, you know. They just kind of go wherever, because they're just shorting out pins whenever you hit the power switch. So now I'm just going to release the SATA cable. That's front panel. Should all be hooked up right, and that's USB. Alright, we're going to move you guys back, and we're going to get a monitor set up. Let's go! Alright guys, so I'm just going to hook everything up, plug the monitor into the back of the system, then we'll see if she even turns on. You guys should be able to hear if the fans spin up. So if the fans spin up, then just know that it works. So, boom, monitor is on. Now I am getting like a power supply hum, which is a good thing with this system at least. I would advertise that if you bought a brand new power supply, if it's not humming, that's fine. If it is, that's fine, okay? You shouldn't have to worry about power supply hums. All power supplies are different. Ask your manufacturer if there should be like a slight whine or like a hiss. So I'm just connecting the VGA. There we go. Moment of truth, guys. Oh, we got a light. We got an LED. So I'm thinking that this is gonna work. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments below. 3, 2, 1. We got fans. We got hard drive. We got cold air. Now we're just looking for a BIOS. Now would be a good time. Now would work, but it would not be as good. Oh, hold up. I had it plugged into my motherboard. That is one thing that you guys need to watch out. Don't plug your VGA into your motherboard if you have a dedicated graphics card. If your system is like mine, it straight up won't output. We got a BIOS, guys. Alright. This is what we want. This is a good thing, guys. Sorry, just had to figure something out there. Now, I'm not going to walk you guys through downloading Windows. I mean, I got my Windows disk ready to go. But I'm not going to do that right now. You should be able to navigate through your BIOS with your arrow keys. And that should be that. Now I do want to say, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time that I put out a crazy video just like this one. And I'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe, stay sane.